If you look and say, I'm comparing lender A to B, and one is 8,000 and one is 9,000, and one is estimating really low home insurance and one's on point, if you're not looking at the lender fees and you're just looking at a total, you're messing yourself over. You really, really are. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. Today's topic is lender fees. What they are, what they're not, how do they work, and what do they mean? If you want all of the scoop, I've got it for you, so stay tuned till the end. Welcome to your one-stop shop for anything and everything mortgage education. My name is Stephanie Weeks, and I have helped thousands and thousands of customers with their mortgage financing. I've been a loan officer for 17 years, recognized in the top 1% of loan officers in production for the past several years in a row by Mortgage Executive magazine. I also have been recognized by the Scotsman Guide of Top Originators. I drop new videos every Tuesday and every Saturday. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified, and don't forget to share with your friends and family. Lender fees versus title fees versus prepaids versus clerk of court versus appraiser. Oh my, it is a mouthful. There's a lot that goes into this. There's a lot of confusion. I really want to clear this up for you today. So let's dive right in. Lender fees are part of closing costs. Lender fees are not all of closing costs. A lot of people get really confused. I hear people say things like, man, the lender fees are so expensive. They're like $10,000. Don't get me wrong. I've seen craziness like that. That's not normal at all. It's not typical either. What they're probably referring to when they're using such a large number might be the closing plus the prepaids, which includes the lender fees, but they're a little part of that. This is what I tell my personal clients that for me as a lender. When you're looking at your fees worksheet or your closing disclosure, your loan estimate, those are a few different variances where they break down line by line and fee by fee what it is that you're paying. The hard part for me about being a lender is that I'm supposed to estimate all these numbers in the very beginning of your process. And I tell my customers, look, if you look at that line, those line items and they're all listed out, you might see 17 different line items, 15, 20, like it's a lot of individualized numbers and fees, right? And of those 17 to 20, 2 belong to me. 2 are me as the lender. Now, every lender's different. One lender might have 10, one lender might have 6, who knows? But my point here is the lender fee is a small portion of the total closing cost. I want to decipher each and everything differently for you here today in this video. So I wanted to break it down into a few different topics that I would cover. Lender, title company, clerk of court, tax assessor, home insurance, or that falls under prepaid items, and then escrow setup, which also falls under prepaid items. Let's start at the bottom. Escrow setup. That's where we're collecting enough money and putting it in escrow so that every single month when you pay into your mortgage in 12 months or however many months, when that tax bill or that insurance bill comes due, there's enough money there in that escrow account to pay that. That is the escrow setup. That has to do with the lender. That's not a lender fee. They are collecting home insurance, property taxes, mortgage insurance, flood insurance, things like that apply in this situation. Then you also have your home insurance. The home insurance is collected generally for the first year up front and paid directly to the home insurance company. That is also not a lender fee. The lender makes no money on those things I'm just talked about so far, and they are not earning money on your money by putting it in an account where they can earn interest on your money. It's actually not something they're allowed to do. So that home insurance is paid directly to the home insurance company, and that is also one of those long line items of a laundry list of items that are collected at closing. Then you've got, I said, clerk of court. The clerk of court is going to be charging you as the borrower, whether you're a buyer or refinancing, they're going to be charging you as the borrower to record your new mortgage so that people know, hey, this person has this mortgage, this person owns this home. And if you are a seller in this instance, then you'll even be paying the clerk of court because you'll be paying them to release any mortgages or liens that you have so that that is lien free to then transfer ownership to that new buyer if we're talking about a purchase. Then, of course, I mentioned title company. You've got title company fees. They charge for things such as doc prep, closing protection letter, maybe storage fee, maybe a notary fee, different things like that, a settlement fee. They have all different kinds of things they charge. There's all different kinds of names for it. It's basically for the title company to do their portion of this transaction. You've also got a big one, which is title insurance. There's lender's title insurance and there's owner's title insurance. And that's something you want to make sure you look into when you talk to the title company about. A lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about that as well and think it's a waste of time and money. I don't necessarily agree with that, but hey, you can form your own opinion. I want to side note for 1 second and say that we've been talking here for 3, 4, 5 minutes already, and we've been talking about a lot, and I haven't even gotten to what the lender charges yet. Do you see how the lender's not really that huge of a part of the closing cost? I mean, yes, absolutely, there are fees involved, but the lender's just a couple of fees in this very long list of fees that go into a mortgage transaction, whether it be a purchase or whether it be a refinance. Let's recap. Escrow setup, home insurance, clerk of court. We talked about the title company. We talked about the title insurance. Next, we're going to talk about the appraiser. Of course, it's required by the lender. It's not a lender fee, though. In my opinion, it's an appraiser fee. The appraiser gets paid to appraise the property. So you've got your appraiser fee. What does that leave us last but not least, since I started from the bottom and moved my way up to the top? That leaves me with lender fees. Every lender's different. Some lenders charge origination fees. Some lenders charge underwriting, processing, doc prep, DU fees, LP fees. You've got tax cert fees. You've got flood cert fees, administration fee, verification of deposit fee, verification of employment fee, which is VOD or VOE. There's so many different variations of what the lender can, will, and or choose to charge you. And you just want to look at that, ask questions, make sure it's something that you're understanding, make sure you're comfortable paying those fees and what that is. I have seen, just from comparing quotes when customers have sent them to me or borrowers have sent them to me to look at, I've seen fees where the lender charges next to nothing, and you're paying for that somewhere, so don't get too excited. It's usually in the rate, where you're paying lender fees that are maybe next to nothing. And I have seen where it has been mind-blowingly insane, and it's thousands and thousands of dollars in lender fees. What I don't love is when people say, oh, that lender fee is just a junk fee. Let me tell you, it's not cheap to be a lender at all. And the fees aren't necessarily junk. Literally, when we go to run an approval for you through DU or LP, they charge money. We pull a credit report for you, they charge money. We go to verify your employment, guess what? A lot of times they charge money, 20 to 50 bucks I've seen, just to verify that you work there, right? When you go to verify a deposit or VOD, verify assets through the bank, which lenders sometimes do for the transactions, guess what? They charge $20 to $50 for that as well. So as lenders, yes, we're nickeled and dimed, and we are charged for everything, including the overhead for the people that work on your file, including for the brick, the mortar, the buildings, the electronics, the IT, everything, right? There's a cost in doing business. There's a big variation in lender fees. There's a big variation in what people call these, or lenders call these. There's a big variation in the amount of fees that are charged. The point, understand what the lender fees are. Understand how they compare to the other fees we've talked about here today. Please, 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 please understand what you're doing and what you're looking at. It breaks my heart when borrowers are comparing the wrong numbers. If you look and say, I'm comparing lender A to B, and one is $8,000 and one is $9,000, and one is estimating really low home insurance and one's on point, if you're not looking at the lender fees and you're just looking at a total, you're messing yourself over. You really, really are. When you're comparing lenders, compare apples to apples. We're going to compare lender fees to lender fees, not title company, not clerk of court, not home insurance, not escrow setup. Those things are, of course, all estimates depending upon exact close date, the title company you choose, blah, 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 blah. But Now that you know what lender fees are, how they compare to everything else, how they vary, what they may or may not look like, you can actually make a great informed decision. And that makes me very happy because that was the purpose of today's video, is lender fees. Knowing what you're getting, knowing how to read it, knowing how to compare it, making sure you're getting yourself the best deal possible. Don't forget, I always have a free download for you. I'm going to put the link to that in the description below. Do me a favor, type in the comments, money, money, money. Yep, money, 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 because we're talking about lender fees and we're talking about money. And if you've enjoyed today's video, I would love to see that comment. I'll say it again, money, 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 so that I know you've gotten some good information in today's video. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed yet, why not? Go ahead and do it. What's it gonna hurt? Seriously though, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell to be notified. Please do share these videos and the channel with your friends and family to help me spread my mission of mortgage peace. And since you're here with me today and you're visiting anyway, stay a little longer. Check out some of these other videos. I'll drop some links up here.